Good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining me here today. Thank you for taking a few moments. Hope you had a good weekend. Week's off to a big start. You may not want to hear it, and I may be wrong. I just kind of casually looked. I believe, not counting today, there are 19 Mondays till Christmas. So time to start shopping, I guess. Just thought I'd throw that in for you. All right, if you want to follow along today, Genesis 38, like, share, comment on the video. And then I want to back up, and we looked at verse 1 Friday, but I want to read it, and then we'll really kind of look at verse 2. But it says, it happened at that time, Judah went down from his brothers. We talked about how Judah left his family, maybe some of the reasons why, and he turned aside to Adullamite, whose name was Hirah. Then Judah saw the daughter of a certain Canaanite whose name was Shua. He took her and went in to her. All right. Judah marries a unbeliever. Judah marries someone who is not of the tribe, and he actually, when you look at it, if you get a map and you go back and you find an old map of the area, he only really moves about 8 miles. He doesn't move that far from his father, from his home, but it is a Canaanite village. That's all you can say for it. It was a village of the world. It was a different environment than Judah would have been accustomed to. They had, if they had any godly influence, it would have been negative. It would have been pagan. Certainly would not have been the God of Israel, the God of Judah and his ancestors. If there was any God at all in that society, when he gets there, as things happen, he meets a young lady, and he is attracted to this young lady. And he ends up marrying her. One of the interesting things, and sometimes what the Bible doesn't say, and what it does say, it doesn't say anything about Judah going back and consulting with his father. It doesn't say anything about him praying, seeking the counsel of his father or his heavenly Father, and so he marries an unbeliever, one who had probably never even heard about the God of Israel, much less serve the God of Israel. And so Judah is starting down a dangerous road here. And what I'd like to just point out to you is he didn't move to the far country. He didn't move to the backside of nowhere. He just moved 8 miles down the road. But any move that takes us further from God than closer to God is a bad move. There's a saying, and again, it's been around forever, so I don't have any idea who originally said it. But the question is the road you're on taking you closer to God or further from God? It's obvious in Judah's case that the road he was on, the road he's chosen to travel, and the people he's chosen to travel with are going to take him further from God rather than closer to God. I hope you'll think about that today. You don't have to go out and run with the wildest. You don't have to go out and run with the pagans. You don't have to go down to the satanic temple. You don't have to, go hoot and holler and run with, drug addicts and all those kinds of things. You don't have to move far, but how far is too far? That's the question we have to wrestle with. How far do we want to be from our Heavenly Father? Judah made a choice. There'll be consequences. You think about it. Have a great day. We'll see you here tomorrow morning.